In recent decades, individuals of Samoan and broader Polynesian descent have emerged as disproportionately influential figures in global athletics. Despite their relatively small population, Samoa's national population is under 250,000. Samoans have become a prominent force in high-intensity sports such as American football, rugby, wrestling, and Olympic weightlifting. In the National Football League, Polynesian players, especially those of Samoan descent, are vastly overrepresented relative to their demographic footprint. This phenomenon cannot be fully explained by cultural enthusiasm or economic opportunity alone. Rather, it invites a deeper analysis grounded in human physiology, genetics, geography, and evolutionary biology. What physiological advantages do Samoans possess that make them athletically exceptional? Samoan athletes are frequently noted for their remarkable muscularity, physical power, and explosiveness, traits that are essential in contact and strength-based sports. These attributes can be partially explained by differences in muscle fiber composition. Research in exercise physiology suggests that individuals of Polynesian descent tend to possess a higher proportion of type 2 or fast-twitch muscle fibers, which are associated with rapid, forceful contractions and superior performance in anaerobic high-intensity activities. Moreover, Samoan individuals often exhibit a heightened anabolic response to resistance training. This means that their muscles are more responsive to exercise stimuli, resulting in greater hypertrophy and strength gains over shorter time periods. Underlying this are hormonal and cellular mechanisms, such as increased sensitivity to insulin-like growth, factor 1, and enhanced activation of the mechanistic target of rapamycin signaling pathway, both of which are critical to protein synthesis and muscle development. In combination, these factors contribute to a body type that favors strength and power, large skeletal frames, significant lean muscle mass, and relatively high body mass that does not compromise functional mobility. This physiology lends itself especially well to sports that demand explosive movement, physical contact, and rapid power output. How do genetic and metabolic factors contribute to their athletic build? Beyond physiological training response, there is mounting evidence that genetic predisposition plays a substantial role in the Samoan athletic profile. One prominent hypothesis is the Thrifty gene hypothesis, which suggests that certain populations, including Polynesians, evolved to efficiently store fat and muscle mass as a survival mechanism in response to historical food scarcity. For Polynesians, who lived in isolated island ecosystems with periodic resource limitations, metabolic efficiency would have been an evolutionary advantage. Genetic studies have identified candidate genes such as FTO and PPARG, which influence fat metabolism, muscle differentiation, and insulin sensitivity. These genes may promote both efficient energy storage and rapid conversion to usable energy during physical exertion. This is not merely a matter of storing body fat, but rather the ability to sustain high physical output when food and energy resources are scarce, a trait now adapted to modern athletic performance. Importantly, this metabolic profile is not merely a remnant of the past. It actively shapes athletic outcomes. The same traits that once enabled survival in volatile island environments now provide a competitive edge in strength and power sports that reward size, speed, and endurance under load. How did geography and evolutionary pressures shape these traits? The geographic and ecological context of Polynesia has exerted profound evolutionary pressure on the physical development of its people. The early Polynesians were master navigators, journeying across thousands of kilometers of ocean in small outrigger canoes. Such endeavors demanded not only extraordinary endurance and physical strength, but also acute adaptability to unpredictable environments and prolonged periods of caloric stress. Samoans and their Polynesian ancestors developed in relative isolation, resulting in a genetic bottleneck effect. When combined with natural selection pressures, certain genotypes, those favoring muscle retention, efficient metabolism, and physical resilience, were positively selected over generations. The resulting gene pool was shaped by the principle of founder effects, where small, isolated populations amplify specific traits over time due to limited genetic variation. This evolutionary background explains why, even today, Samoans tend to exhibit distinctive somatotypes, broad chests, thick limbs, and muscular torsos adapted to manual labor, heavy lifting, and explosive movement. These traits are not solely the result of training, but are deeply embedded in the evolutionary and ecological history of the population. Why do Samoans excel specifically in certain sports? Samoan and other Polynesian athletes tend to gravitate toward and excel in sports that emphasize physical dominance, short bursts of effort, and high-impact movement. American football, rugby, wrestling, and weightlifting being the prime examples. These sports reward fast twitch muscle power, total body mass leveraged effectively, and resilience in physical collisions. The Samoan build, compact, muscular, and heavy, naturally suits these domains. In contrast, Samoan representation in endurance sports, like long-distance running or swimming, or skill-intensive disciplines, such as gymnastics or diving, is comparatively limited. This reflects a trade-off. While the Polynesian phenotype offers tremendous advantages in strength and power, it is less advantageous in activities requiring sustained aerobic output or a high strength-to-weight ratio. Does culture also play a role in shaping athletic outcomes? While biological factors provide the structural basis for athletic potential, cultural influences are crucial in shaping motivation, identity, and participation. In Samoan culture, physical strength is often equated with honor, discipline, and communal responsibility. From a young age, boys are encouraged to engage in physically demanding activities, and sporting success is seen as a viable path to social mobility, particularly in diaspora communities, such as those in the United States, New Zealand, and Australia. Additionally, Polynesian communities have well-established networks and pathways into professional sports institutions. This cultural infrastructure reinforces early specialization, institutional support, and familial investment in athletic development. In this way, biology and culture work in tandem, each amplifying the effects of the other. Conclusion. What can we learn from the Samoan example? The athletic success of Samoan individuals is not a coincidence, nor is it merely the product of hard training or favorable environments. Rather, it is the outcome of a complex interplay between evolutionary adaptation, genetic inheritance, physiological specialization, and cultural reinforcement. It exemplifies how populations adapt biologically to their environments over thousands of years, and how those inherited traits can be expressed in modern contexts far removed from their original purpose. In a broader sense, the Samoan case offers a window into the intersection of human biology and social systems. It reminds us that athleticism is not merely an individual achievement, but often a manifestation of deep historical, ecological, and genetic narratives. Stories written over millennia and now performed in stadiums and arenas around the world.